All right, today we're jumping right into the Pali scriptures to unpack a really incredible story. We're talking divine intervention, cosmic law, and a supernatural protection plan that was designed specifically for the Buddha's followers.
So, let me ask you this. Imagine you've dedicated your entire life to peace, to nonviolence, to truth. But what if the most powerful beings in the unseen world saw your whole way of life as a direct threat to their very nature?
Okay, so picture this. Our story kicks off late one night. The Buddha is in deep meditation, all alone on this remote, rugged mountain called Gijjarakuta, or Vulture's Peak. You know, the air is still, the world's asleep, but something major is about to happen.
And then suddenly, this extraordinary light just floods the entire mountain, completely chasing away the darkness. And no, this isn't an early sunrise. This is the arrival of the four great kings, the celestial guardians of the entire world, and they've shown up with their massive armies of supernatural beings. So the four kings and their whole entourage approach the Buddha and pay their respects. And then one of them, Vesavana, the king of the north, he steps forward. But here's the thing. He's not just there to offer praise. He has a really serious problem that he needs to report.
Vesavana basically lays it all out. He explains that, yeah, some spirits are totally inspired by the Buddha's teachings, but a whole lot of these other powerful, worldly nature spirits, they're called the yakas, they are fundamentally opposed to it. You see, these beings are often fierce, kind of morally gray, and they find the Buddha's message of restraint and peace to be completely, well, offensive.
And this, right here, this is the heart of the whole conflict. The Buddha's core ethical rules, don't kill, don't steal, don't lie, don't get intoxicated, are the exact opposite of what makes these fierce spirits, well, them. They basically thrive on everything the Buddha's path asks you to give up.
So you can probably see where this is going. This creates a direct and really dangerous problem. The Buddha's most dedicated followers, they often go out into the wilderness, into forests and remote places to meditate. But those places, that's the home turf of these powerful yakas, who now see these monks and nuns as unwelcome invaders with totally offensive values.
Now, the four kings, being the protectors of the world order, they can't just stand by and let this happen. They've got a duty to protect the virtuous. And so, they come up with a really powerful solution, a kind of celestial protection, a divine shield for the faithful.
And their protection plan isn't random at all. It's literally woven into the fabric of the cosmos. It calls on the authority of the four kings themselves, who each rule over one of the four cardinal directions, and all the different types of spirits that live there. It's a comprehensive, world-encompassing shield.
King Vesavana then starts to recite this powerful protective blessing, the Āṭānāṭiyasutta, and he offers it to the Buddha, asking him to please pass it on to his monks, his nuns, and all his followers for their safety and their well-being.
The chant itself is actually structured beautifully. First, it starts by paying respect to the 7 Buddhas of the past, which establishes its sacred history. Then it praises the incredible majesty and power of the 4 great kings. And finally, it gets to the point. It directly calls upon their divine authority to shield whoever is reciting it.
And let's be really clear about something. This protection isn't just a friendly request to the other spirits. Oh no. This thing comes with teeth. A serious list of consequences for any malevolent being that's foolish enough to ignore it and try to harm a follower of the Buddha.
The punishment is, well, it's swift and it's absolute. Any spirit that goes rogue faces total social destruction. They get banned from all towns and villages, they're exiled from their own capital city, Alakamanda, and they're excommunicated from all spirit gatherings. And if that's not enough, the protection carries one final terrifying threat. Their head will be split into 7 pieces.
But, the kings are realistic. They know that just like in the human world, some beings are just outlaws. So what happens when a spirit is so violent, so ferocious, that they won't even listen to their own kings?
And the text uses this great earthly analogy to explain the problem. It says these spirits are like the most hardcore bandits in a kingdom, total outlaws who defy all authority. From the local guards all the way up to the king himself. They just don't listen to anyone. So for these renegades, the protection has a second layer of defense. If the general shield isn't cutting it, the practitioner is told to call for heavenly backup, to summon the Yaka High Command directly by name.
Then the text gives us this whole long list of powerful generals. The idea is that a follower who's in immediate danger is supposed to just cry out their names, like a desperate call for help. Indo, Soma, Varuno.
This yaka is attacking me. It won't let me go. It's basically a direct SOS to the cosmic special forces to please come and intervene. So, after Vasavana finishes explaining this whole comprehensive plan, the great kings depart. And the Buddha? He doesn't have to say a single word. His noble silence signifies his complete acceptance, his total approval of their powerful offering.
The very next morning, the Buddha gathers his monks. He tells them the entire story of the celestial meeting, and he gives them the protection. And he finishes with this really powerful command, urging them to master this divine shield. And I think this gets to why this whole story is so important. It's not a call to arms. It's a tool for peace. It's meant to provide the psychological safety and the spiritual confidence for practitioners to keep going on their path, out there in the wilderness, free from fear, fully guarded, totally secure, and well.